Good morning, welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm going to be working on my daughter's Altima, and I'm going to change the struts on the Infiniti. So it's a little bit different video, but because I've been concentrating on the El Camino so much, I've been missing out on maintenance on all my other vehicles. So I'm going to try to take care of some of that today. I'm not going to give you a full in-depth video of working on the Altima and changing the struts out in Infiniti. I'll just kind of go through what I'm doing, especially with the struts on the Infiniti. I'll just go through and show you how to do it, and I'll just get that wrapped up. And with my daughter car, she said that she didn't have any brakes, and I looked and it was out of brake fluid. So I think there's a leak somewhere, so that's what I'm going to be doing today, is troubleshooting the leak and trying to fix that. So let's get to it. Okay, if you look at this tire, it has brake fluid all on it. So, all the way down inside of it. So, got some drippage right there also. Just trying to see exactly where it's coming from. I think it's coming from here, but I'll take a closer look and come back. Okay, I figured out what was leaking on this right here. Let me see if I can get the camera to focus in on it. Right here you have there's a crush washer that goes in between there, and the crush washer is leaking between the crush washer. So I'm about to go to O'Reilly's and pick up another bolt and a crush washer, and I'll pick up the video when I get back. Okay, so O'Reilly's didn't have the actual bolt and crush washer in stock. I had to order it, and it should be in later this afternoon. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and get started on changing the struts out on the Infiniti. And by the time I finish that, the bolt and the washer should be in. So right now I'm just going to go ahead and put the Altima back together, move that out of the way, and back the Infiniti up and start that. Okay, I got the car jacked up, getting ready to pull the wheels off. So I'm going to go ahead and start the time lapse of me pulling the wheels off, and then I'll come back to it when I get to the strut part of it. Okay, so in order to take the strut off, you have to take this little plate right here off. Take these bolts here out. That bolt, those two down there in the corner, and then take that main strut bolt right there off and knock it through. And then you take this, like it's the brake block or brake line block. You take that off. Let me see. Yeah, you take this one off and you pull that off, and over here you just take this line out of there, pop that out, and you got 3 bolts at the top. And when I get up under the hood, I'll show you that, but I'm gonna go ahead and start taking this off now. Okay, these are your 3 bolts that you have to take off to drop the strut down. You don't have to mess with that bolt in the center. That's just the adjustment bolt, so you don't have to mess with that. It's just these 3 bolts around the outside. And I already got it in now, and I'll show it to you down here on the bottom. Okay, as you see, I got the strut back in there, everything connected back like it's supposed to be. And like I said before, I didn't film the whole thing of me putting it back in on both sides or anything, so but you see I got it in there, and I'm about to get the tire back on, and hopefully the part is in for the Altima, so I can go ahead and get that wrapped up. Okay, several hours later, the boat arrives, so I'm gonna jack the car back up, take the wheel off, and get this bolt in there. Okay, so as I expected, the bolt that they gave me was a different threads. The one that was in there was a fine thread. This looked like a coarse thread. So what I did, I just used the washers off of it, and I put the washers on the new bolt. Luckily, that's what it was. It was just the washers that was the bad. They're little copper crush washers. So I got that on there, and it's not leaking. If you see right there, I put the new copper washers on it, and it's not leaking. So I had my daughter to come out here and pump the brakes up several times, and the brake pedal was hard again, and again, it's not leaking. So I'm just gonna go ahead and make sure the fluid is topped off and put the tire back on, and I'll close out this video. Brake fluid will remove the paint off of anything that it touches. So before I put the wheel back on, I just clean up this wheel just to make sure I get all the brake fluid off of it. So, and I actually, you saw me putting brake cleaner up under the wheel wells also. So I just want to get all the brake cleaner out of it that I can, because just like I said, it will mess up the finish on your wheels, and it will take paint off. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and take a test drive in it, make sure the brakes and everything is good, and I'll come back and close out this video. Okay, just finished fixing the brakes on my daughter's car. I also changed out the struts on the Infiniti, and I had to wait a couple of hours for the part to come in, and when it came in, it was the wrong part, which I kind of figured, but what I really needed was the crush washer, so that's what I put on there. And the test drive just now, when I went on a test drive, the brakes were stopping, but they still went down too far to the floor, so I had to come back here, and I didn't get it on video, but I had my daughter to pump up the brakes, and I had to bleed the brakes several times to get all the air out of it. So I got the brakes bled, everything's good, it's stopping good now, and that part of it is done. So I still have one other thing that I need to do, and all my maintenance on my regular vehicles will be done, and I can get back to more El Camino content or GTO content. Actually, I think GTO content is coming very soon. So thanks for watching. Click on that subscribe button if you haven't, and I'll see you in the next video.